everyone. Today is Friday, January, 23rd, maybe? I think it's the 23rd. I don't know. I don't know. It is the eve of the big giant snowstorm that half the country is going to be getting. Probably, I think it's a third of the country, actually. It's a pretty big storm, supposedly. We'll see. But as a farmer, you have to prepare for the worst, and that's what I've been doing. So I think everyone's taken care of. I'm waiting on my husband to get home. He's got some straw that we're gonna stuff into the quail cage and put a little bit more in with the sheep. I'm not really worried about the sheep. They're gonna be completely fine. I've got to put a box in there with my rabbits. Again, they'll be fine. And I can, if it gets, so my plan is with them, I'm going to be checking their ears, and if I think their ears are too cold, I'm going to go ahead and move them into my old milk room, which is heated. So I'm kind of thinking I want to do that anyway, but you don't really want to give a live, sorry, I just got a text message and completely lost my train of thought. Oh, it's my husband texting me. Anyway, I don't want to shock their system. You want to raise hardy animals, and so, yeah, but it's supposed to be really cold. So I'm kind of watching the temperatures. The wind chill I'm not concerned with because they're in my barn, which they're not going to be affected by the wind. And so if it stays, in the single digits, they'll be fine. They're probably the warmest animal on the farm. Oh, yeah. So did that. We also have to put down, so I saw something, I think it was Facebook several years ago. These people put down tarps before a big snowstorm for their dogs. And then after the snow was over, they pulled the tarps up and the dogs still had a place to go to the bathroom. And my dogs, I have one that she'll be, if we get what they're predicting, she'll be eaten up with the snow. There'll be nowhere for her to go potty. So we're going to plan on doing that. So there's quite a few things I realized I have to do still, but it's cold today. Having a cup of coffee in a mug that one of my best friends got me. I used to remember the name of her store and I do not remember it anymore, but it is a half oat milk, half Fairlife milk latte, because I have recently discovered that I'm lactose intolerant. Yay me. It's literally like I woke up one day and could no longer handle milk. And we really think that was my illness that I had the first week of January. So we've done a bunch of tests and we're kind of waiting on them to come back to see if that's actually what's going on or if there's something else going on. But I feel a lot better when I don't have lactose. So milk. The irony of it is quite fun. I think I said this in my last podcast, but I want these podcasts to be more like vlog style. I enjoy that a lot more. I don't like sitting down and just talking to the camera about everything. So I am just going to kind of show you what I'm actively working on. I have 3 projects that I'm actively working on. And I just kind of flip between the 3. And then I'm going to show you a project that I made yesterday. And I'm so excited about it. I want to make more. I like this one that I made, but it needs some fixing. So, and then I'm going to take you along this weekend and show you all of the snow fun that we have. So this is my first project, and I cast this on I was completely bored with everything else I had going on. And I saw this yarn I was cleaning my craft room and I saw this yarn and I thought, that's really pretty. And when I put it in here, I thought, that's not really pretty. And for whatever reason, today I think it's really pretty. This is my Freckled Whimsy. I'm calling it my 80s sock. It reminds me of like the 80s, 90s windsuits. I had a windsuit that was like this green color, and then it had like these different stripes, pink, purple. I was really cool back in the day. And this is just reminding me of this. And I'm flying through it. I actually have not picked this up in several days. I knit the leg and the heel in an evening. That's how fast I'm knitting. Sorry, I'm watching all of the farmers. So we live in a very rural community, and I've seen so many farmers going around, like, I don't know if they're throwing salt down, but they've got their plows on the front, and I think they're just taking their tractors, get them all gassed up and ready. So the county does not come through. It's just farmers that dig us out. So I'm watching through my window. There's so many people going by. Anyway, easily distracted. So working on these, I actually got on Freckled Whimsy's. I had a subscription and I got back on her website to try to get it back on, and she's doesn't have anything open right now. And I don't even know what color this is. I think it was last January's colorway, and I love it so much. I love working with it. Now I will say I have a couple other Freckled Whimsy socks that I have made, and the yarn is so soft, very luxurious. I think it's just superwash merino and nylon, but it doesn't hold up very well. It pills quite a bit, and I feel like I'm wearing through them. So I don't wear them as often, and I make sure that I'm wearing my slippers with them, and I don't really wear them with shoes. So if I put them on, it's just going to be like lounging. They're my lounge socks, which is fine. I make enough socks I can afford to be careful with some of them. So is that not gorgeous? I mean, it's very, I kind of thought this is Eastery, but it's not. It's like wintry. It's 80s, and I love it. And I'm an 80s child. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. In a bag by Olivia of This Handmade Life. I've been really good. She's had a couple updates. I've actually gone on there, put stuff in my cart, and thought, I don't need it. I don't need any more. I want some, but I have a tote. So I've reorganized my craft room and moved some stuff around and brought so I've kind of had my supplies spread throughout my house. In my nightstand, I had my knitting bags. My spinning stuff was in a different room. So everything, all my crafty stuff is in here. And I have this like milk crate that I've put all of my bags in. And when you can see them and they're not shoved in a drawer, you realize that you have a problem. And I don't need to add to the problem as much as I want to. I did get rid of a few. To be honest, I did get rid of a few. So, speaking of new bags, my mama got me one from, oh shoot, I don't know who this is from. I think it's Barley Pearls, perhaps. I can't really read her tag, but it's so cute. It's got this kind of softer fabric here, drawstring, and then it's more of like a canvasy, maybe even like a linen-y print. Very cute, very wintry. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so this is the project that I took on our trip. Well, kind of. I started making the Musselburgh hat because I know I needed a thicker hat to wear, and I casted it on before we left. I got past the decreases. Notice my gauge was a little tighter than what it normally was. I think I've made 3 or 4 of these before, and I just kind of kept on with the size that I've always made. Because they've always been kind of loose, and I thought, great, tighter gauge, perfect. As I was knitting, so I got the increases done, and I saved the rest, just the stockinette in the round, for our trip. And I don't know if I was just so relaxed or couldn't keep my tension driving. I have noticed that my tension has significantly loosened over the past year. I don't know if it has something to do with like the arthritis in my hands, or if I've just become more of a just relaxed knitter, because I used to, you know, I used to be like up here and knitting and like pulling everything really tight. Sometimes I'll still find myself doing this and I just have to like calm down. So my tension has loosened quite a bit, but it loosened so much. I was 4 stitches looser than my original gauge. And so it was, it was so wide. I got to my aunt's house and started looking at it. I was like, oh my gosh, what has happened? Took gauge again, realized this is not going to work. And I was a good 8. I had knit, I mean, it was a 12-hour drive and I had knit on that the entire time. So I was a good 8 to 10 inches through it. And so I ripped it out. And I thought, well, I have to have something, because I didn't bring anything else. I thought I have to have something to knit on while I travel back home. I have to. And the only thing I really knew, like confidently, I didn't want a new project that I'd have to look at. And so I just decided to make another brownstone beanie by Tori Yu. Opened up my knitting bag and realized, because I took all my needles, but I didn't have either of the needles that I needed. And so I texted my mom. She was coming up to see us, and I said, bring your knitting stuff. I'm going to steal your size 3 and I'll buy you new ones, as long as you're not, you know, actively using them. She's like, yeah, that's fine. So she brought them up. I cast them on, ordered hers. They were there the next day. And then I got home and I needed to switch to a US 5. Couldn't find my 5s anywhere. I have no idea where my knitting needles are going. I have no idea. I keep them in my little knitting pouch thing. They're gone. I have no idea. So anyway, that's a good cup of coffee. So this is my brownstone. The colors are not going to show up. This is such a gorgeous yarn. And this is, who is this by? Oh, Knotty Pine in her Bighorn sock, which is 80 superwash merino, 20% nylon. Winter is coming. I ordered this, I think it was a couple years ago. And it is, it's maybe coming across. It's more pinky and blues, like lighter blues. It's not really coming across well. Also, don't look at my nails. The nails that I had on for Christmas, she couldn't get me in to remove them, and so I just ripped them off. And I have ruined my nails. I know better. I'm a cosmetologist by trade. I know better. Doesn't matter. When you have long nails, you're just like, and I get to a point where I'm like, I need them off now. I don't have time to soak them. Rip them off, and that's what I did. And so my nails look horrible, but don't judge them. Anyway, so I am through. So you knit the brim for a certain amount, and then you fold it under and stitch it, and then you do this stockinette in the round. And then as soon as I'm done, I think I knit for my size like 2.5, 2.25, 2 3/4 inches, I think is what I'm doing. I'm making the adult medium, and then I do like a German short row to turn it around. So this will be the outside, but it will fold up to where you don't see that the purl side, if that makes any sense. And then you'll knit the hat. I really like this hat. I've made several of them. They are my most worn hats, but they're just not as warm. And I think I need to, if I want a warm hat, I think I need to abandon the fingering weight hats. Actually, maybe I'll cast this on today. I bought, let me grab it. It's right here. I'm staring at it. I bought some Apple Creek Merino. I think this is a DK. Maybe I should just start this. So this is some farm yarn. Whoops, sorry, hit my camera. I think I should just cast this on and make a hat out of it. I think this would be super warm. I also have some Shetland, but that is reserved for this other project that I'm working on, and I think I'll need it all. But that would be really warm. Maybe I need to order some more Shetland. I'll have my own next year, and this won't be a problem. I'll have plenty of wool. But I think that's what I need to do. If I want a warm hat, I need to just make it out of some good thick, woolly farm yarn, because these fingering weight superwash hats are just not very warm. I mean, they're fine for like regular winter, but for the weather that's coming in, you can still feel the air coming through. So I need to make something that's quite a bit warmer, I think. Okay, last project that I am working on. I believe I've talked about this before. My coffee's getting cold. Also in an Olivia bag. I had started this, like, just cast it on. I think I just did like the garter tab cast on is all I did. And then I put it down because I realized it is time to make gift knits. And so I put it down and then I picked it back up after Christmas. And I am making this out of Hackberry Farm Shetland yarn. She raises, I believe they're dual registered with the Shetland Sheep Association and also Fine Fleeced Shetland Sheep Association. I'm not real sure what it is, but Fine Fleece Shetlands. I love this yarn so much that I messaged her. So she doesn't live very far from me. She's in Arkansas. And I messaged her and I said, will you have any lambs for sale? Because I need whatever you got going on there. I need it at my farm because this yarn is heavenly. It is a farm yarn. It is sturdy, but it is the softest yarn, like raw farm yarn, I guess, that I have ever dealt with. It is even softer than this merino. And these people are from, I didn't tell you where this is from, Apple Creek Merino, grown in Veneta, Oregon. So, I mean, this is gorgeous yarn too. Absolutely gorgeous. It is soft, but this Shetland is stunning. And I am making, please don't tell me I'm in the middle of a row. No, I'm not. I am making the Burdock Shawl by Fox and Folk out of this yarn. The little burdock stitches. I cannot say enough good things about this yarn. I am loving it and I cannot wait. I thought, I'd start with a shawl because I wasn't sure how it would feel. I could wear this as a sweater. Like I need a cardigan. It is so lofty, and now it is mill spun. But it feels more woolen spun. It's so lofty, so soft, but so warm and cozy. I'm sold. I love me some good hand-dyed yarn, some commercially processed, like commercially made yarn. Love that. There will always be a place for that. But my tastes have definitely shifted towards more farm yarn. And this is my goal for my flock, is to get this type of yarn, because I'm pretty sensitive to wool. In fact, I put a sweater on today and I'm just kind of like in a mood today. And I put a sweater on because it is cold and I couldn't wear it. And it's just a regular merino superwash DK. And I just kind of felt like it just was prickly all over. I get like that though. It just kind of depends on the time of the month. Things aggravate me, and I was super aggravated with that sweater today. But this is not aggravating me. And this is absolutely a process knit. I will thoroughly enjoy the product, but I am loving the process. I like knitting this and seeing all the different, it's kind of, I don't know, like just the differences in, what am I trying to say? Like the neps, like there's some neps in it. I like picking out some of the hay. There's a little bit of VM in it, not a lot at all, but yeah. Oh, and this is my little Lock and Lou snail and mushroom progress keeper. Yeah, absolutely loving this project. So this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm focusing on right now. I should be focusing on my book blanket, but I don't want to. I think I have 17 squares to go. And I just hair that I can see that's bothering me. I don't want to. I don't feel like crocheting. And so I think that's a good project to save for the summer. Even though it's supposed to be a 2025 book blanket, I think it'll be fine. I'm not doing another one this year because I didn't keep up with this one. I did read 64 books, and I did that because I knew that I needed 8 by 8. So like in December, I think in December I read and listened to, I think it was 12 or 13 books to get to where I needed to go. But yeah, so that's what I got going on. Oh, I'll show you my little, yeah, I'm gonna need to go heat that up. I don't like a lukewarm coffee. So this will be my, I'm actually so looking forward to a snow day, and it's on a weekend. My husband will be home, hopefully. He is an electrician, and so if we do have issues, he'll be the first one out to help people stay warm. And I am anticipating a couple calls, but that's all right. But that's what I'm going to be working on, is that shawl, because okay. So in my doom scrolling times at night on Instagram, I saw these women making these journals. Louise Carmen journals. I have never seen those, but I saw this. Actually, it was someone that I followed. I think it was Kylie. Yeah, her name's Kylie on Instagram. She made one. And I thought, I need one of those. I do journal. And I do keep like several journals. So I have an art journal. I have my prayer journal. I have a Bible journal. And then I have like a scripture journal. Now I have a food journal where I track my food and my pain and my symptoms, all of that. And they're just kind of like spread out all over. And I thought that would be a really cool thing because I do journal and they're everywhere. This would keep them in one thing. So I made my own and I love it. It's not perfect. I bought the wrong leather. So I'm fortunate enough to have a leather store in our big city. And I went in there and just really got so overwhelmed. They were having a tent sale. So I'd grabbed this thinking it might work. I do have my personal Bible, my study Bible. I had it covered in leather. And to me, this felt like it. But when I got it home, it was a little thinner. So it's okay. I got a full side for like $30. So it was a good practice run because I actually had to cut it 3 times. Yeah. Anyway, so the premise is, see how it just kind of, it just doesn't stay very well. It's just not very, it's pretty thin, flimsy leather. So I think if I got something a little bit sturdier, I would love it a lot more, but I do like it. Oh, and it's got these little charms. My friend Amanda of Shop Wild Bonnie made these for me. They were actually on a stitch marker necklace, which I don't really wear anymore because it's so long. I just took those off. I've got my little pin hanger there. And so see how my leather just kind of folds and is floppy? Yeah, I need to fix that. But it's held on there with these little elastic bands, pieces. And so I've got my little scripture journal. I'm studying Revelation. I have my little prayer journal. And then my husband's going to bring home his label maker. And I've got just these regular little journals in here. And I love that when you fill one up, you just take it out and put a new one in. So, yeah. I actually really love this. I am looking forward to fixing it with the leather because it's just so flimsy and doesn't hold anything very well. So anyway, but yeah, so I made my own because I am not going to spend, I think they're like in the hundreds of dollars, the original one. And so I thought I'm not going to do that. And I saw a few on Etsy and they're a little bit pricey. I think total, now I bought all the supplies to make multiples, and I think total I spent $60. And I have so much leather left. I'm looking at it down here. I have a lot. So I could make more. if I liked this leather, but I'm just not a fan. So yeah, there's my journal. I love it. Okay, I think that's all. Yeah, this was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. So I will take you along this weekend and show you, hopefully, our snow day. Are a mess. Hi. Nope, this way. There's grass this way. Come on, guys. Rory. Come on. Lord help me, Jesus. Look, there's grass. Oh, they say thank you for the grass. Go get it. At least it's not a wet snow. It's not going to stick to him. He doesn't like that. You've hurt his feelings. Go get it! Is he? Get it, Remy! He doesn't like it being thrown at him. Don't quit eating the snow! Quit eating the snow. Oh, where's that take me inside? He's too much. Remy, stop eating the snow. Go inside. Remy. Remy, go inside.